Welcome. This video is for 5 a day AISL day 20. Question number 96. As a part of mathematics exploration about classic books, Jason investigated the time taken by students in his class to read a book, The Old Man and the Sea. He collected the data by stopping and asking students in a school corridor until he reached his target of 10 students for each literature classes in his school. State which type of two sampling systematic quota Jason has used, because his quota was target of 10 students, right? So it's going to be quota sampling because he has a particular target. As he has a particular target, so therefore it's going to be quota sampling. Next, write down the median. So median is going to be nothing but what? 10, the middle number, 10 hours. Write the interquartile range. So which is Q1 minus Q3 minus Q1. So this is Q3. So Q3 minus Q1 is going to be the interquartile range. Q3 is 15 and Q1 is 7. So 15 minus 7, which is 8 hours. Mackenzie, a member of the sample, took 25 hours to read the book of the novel. Jason believes Mackenzie's time is not an outlier. Determine whether Jason is correct, supporting your reason. 25 hours. So for outlier, the formula should be, for outlier, 15 plus 1.5 times of IQR, which is nothing but 27. 25 is less than 27. So therefore, it is not outlier, not outlier. So Jason is correct. Next. Okay, for each of the students interviewed, Jason recorded the time taken to read The Old Man and the Sea, measured in hours, paired with this percentage. Describe the correlation. So what is going to be the correlation? We can clearly see that the line is coming downwards, so therefore it's going to be negative correlation. And he has formed this one. Find the percentage score calculated by Jason. So for how many hours? 1.5 hours. So what am I going to do? Plug in 1.5 over here. So what does it becomes? Y equals to minus 1.5, 4 times 1.5 plus 98.8, which is going to be nothing but what? 96.5%. State whether it is valid to use the regression line and y on x for Jason's estimate, giving your answer for the answer for 1.5 hours, because it is not valid because we are using it from 5 hours to 25 hours only. So therefore it is not valid, not valid, as it is outside the given range. Jason found a website that related the top 50 classic books. He randomly chose 8 of these classic books and recorded the number of pages. For example, book H is rated as 44 and has 281 pages. This is the data. Copy and cultivate now. Jason intends to analyze the data using Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. So A is 1, so B. So we can see that the next highest pages is for D as the number of pages. Number of pages, D is the second one, then B, then G, then C, then H, and then E, H, and F. Top 5 rating, according to the rating, it is going to be 1, 2, and C is going to be the third rating, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now enter this one into the GDC and find it out the R value. R value you should be going to get as 0.714. Interpret your result. So it is 0.741 is a strong positive correlation, positive association between the number of pages, and top 50 ranking rating. That's question number 96. Now come to question number 97. Calculate the size of the angle AOB. So we know that this is the one. It goes full circle. Now it has gone 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Okay, 4 o'clock. The time is nothing but what? 4. So it's going to be nothing but what? 4 times of 360 divided by 12. Because the total angle is 360, I'm dividing it into 12 and the time is at 4 o'clock. So 4 times 360 divided by 12, which is 120 degrees. Find the distance between A and B. So he's asking what is the distance between AB. So use the cosine rule. AB equals to square root of 10 square plus 6 square minus 2 times 10 times 6 times cosine 120, which is going to be nothing but what? 14 centimeters. The between 4 p.m. and 4:13 p.m. the end point of the minute hands rotates through an angle theta from point A to C. This is illustrated. Find the angle theta. Now it is nothing but what? 13 minutes and 360 divided by going to be 60 minutes. So therefore it is going to be nothing but how much? 78 degrees. Find the length of AC. 78 upon 360 times 2 times pi times radius is 10, which is going to be 13.6 centimeters. Find the area of the shaded region. Part E, 78 upon 360 times pi times r square, 10 square, which is going to be 68.1 centimeter square. A second clock is illustrated in the diagram below. The clock face has a radius 10 centimeters with a minute hand and an hour's hand. Both are of length of 10 centimeters. The time shown is 6 a.m. The bottom clock is faced at 3 centimeters above the horizontal. Write down the height of the end point of the minute hand above the bookshelf at 6 a.m. So, he's asking us to find it out, this total one. So this is 10, 10 and 3. So it's going to be 10 plus 10 plus 3, which is going to be 23. Now, the height h centimeters of the each endpoint of the minute hand above the bookshelf is modeled by this function. Find the value of h when theta equals to 160 degrees. So just plug in h equals to 10 times cosine 160 plus 13, which is going to be 3.60 centimeters. The height g centimeters of the endpoint of a and above the bookshelf is modeled by this function, where theta is angle in degrees rotated by minutes from 6 a.m. Find the amplitude of g theta. So always this number is going to be the amplitude. Simple. The coefficient of cos theta is going to be the amplitude. So the amplitude is 10. The endpoints of the minute hand and hour hand meet at theta equals to k. Find the smallest value of k. So what am I going to do? Equate these two equations. Draw the graph for these two equations. 10 cos theta plus 13 should be equals to minus 10 cos theta upon 12 plus 13. Draw the graph for this one. Use the GDC. Find the point of intersections. You should be getting it at k value as 196 degrees. Very simple question. Question number 98. Daisy invested 37,000 Australian dollars in a fixed deposit with an annual interest rate 6.4 compounded quarterly. Calculate the investment after 2 years. So in that case, n is going to be 8 because 2 times 4, which is going to be 8. Principal value is minus 37,000 and interest rate is going to be 6.4. Period per year is going to be 4. Compounded per year is also going to be 4. And future value is going to be 0. Then you are going to get the future value. The answer is going to be 42,010 Australian dollars. After m months, the amount of the fixed money is appreciated to more than 50,000. Find the value of m. So for part B, what is that? Principal value is going to be same minus 37,000, but future value is going to be plus 50,000. Then interest percent is nothing but what, 6.4. Period per year is nothing to now is 4, and C upon Y is also is going to be 4. Then in that case we don't know the value of n, so we should be getting it out, the value of n as 57. We'll be getting it as 57. 57 means nothing but what, 4.74 years. 4.74 years, or 18.9692 quarters. This is going to be the answer. M months. So we want the number of months. So therefore 57. Then this 4.74 years, or 18.9692 quarters, or 57 months. That's going to be the answer. Part C. Daisy is saving to purchase a new apartment. The price of the apartment is 200,000 Australian dollars. Daisy makes an initial payment of 25% and takes out a loan to pay the rest. Write down the amount of the loan. So, amount of the loan will be the 75%. 75% of 200,000, which is going to be 150,000 US Australian dollars. The loan for 10 years compounded monthly with an equal payments of 1,700 Australian made Daisy at the end of each month. For this loan, what is the interest paid? So it is 120 times 1,700 minus 150,000. So going to be 54,000 Australian dollars. That is for part 1. Part 2, the annual interest rate. So for part 2 annual interest rate, n is going to be 120. Principal value is minus 150,000. You can use plus 150,000 also. PMT is going to be 1,700. Future value is 0. Periods per year is 12. Component per year is 12. Then keep R equals to 0. Then you should be getting the value of R as 6.46%. That's going to be the answer. After 5 years, paying off his loan, Daisy decides to pay the remainder of in one final payment. Find the amount of Daisy's final payment after 5 years. So after 5 years means what is that? N should be equals to 60 now. For part E, N equals to 60. Interest is nothing but what, 6.46. Principal value was minus 15,000. And PMT is nothing but what? It is 1,700. Period per year is 12. Compounded per year is also going to be 12. Future value, keep it as 0. You should be getting the future value as nothing but what? 86,973 Australian dollars. Find how much money Daisy saved by making one-time final payment. So basically, she would have paid 204,000 minus, now 60 months she paid 1,700 plus again one time full settlement. This is the one. So how much it should be? It should be 15,027 Australian dollars. If at all she would have continued, she would have paid 204,000. Then for 60 months she paid 1,700 and 86,973. So totally she should have saved, which is 15,027 Australian dollars. Question number 99. The stopping distance for 4 bicycles traveling at 20 kilometers per hour is assumed to follow a normal distribution with a mean and a standard deviation. Probability of x less than 6.5 hours. Use the graphing calculator. You should be getting 0.0151. More than x greater than 7. For this one, answer should be 0.0228. 1,000 randomly selected bicycles are tested and their stopping distance when travel 20 kilometers per hour. Find the correct decimal between 6.5 to 6.75. So probability of 6.5 x less than 6.75, then times 1,000. So answer should be 451.7 between 6.75 and this one. So probability of x lies between 6.75 and 7. Again multiply by 1,000. You should be getting it out 510.5. The measured stopping distance of 1,000 bicycles are given by this one. It is decided to find a chi-square goodness of fit test 5% significance level to decide whether the stopping distance of the bicycles traveling can be modeled by normal distribution or not. Write down the alternate and null hypothesis. So null hypothesis is stopping distances can be modeled by normal distribution of mean 6.76 and standard deviation 0.12. And alternate hypothesis, stopping distances cannot be modeled. Cannot be modeled by normal distribution 6.76 and standard deviation 0.12. Find the p-value, enter these values into the graphing display calculator. You should be able to get the p-value as 15, what is this, 0.0727. Your p-value should be 0.27. Now part E, 0.05 is less than 0.0727. So what am I going to do? Accept null hypothesis. If at all it is greater than the significance value, accept null hypothesis. If at all it is less than significance value, reject null hypothesis. And last question, question number 100. The cross-section view of a tunnel is shown on the axis below. The line AB represents the vertical wall and so on. Find dy by dx. He is asking us to find it out, dy by dx. So what was y? Y equals to minus 0.1 x cube, 0.8 x square. Y equals to minus 0.1 x cube plus 0.8 x square. So dy by dx is going to be nothing but how much? Minus 0.1 x 3x square plus 0.8 times 2x, which is going to be minus 0.3 x square plus 1.6 x. Find the maximum height. For the maximum height, what should I be doing it out? Derivative should be equals to 0. 1.6x should be equals to 0. Use the graphing calculator, you should be getting 5.33 or 16 upon 3. Then x equal to 4, the height of the tunnel is 6.4. When x equal to 6, height of the tunnel is 7.2. These are the points D and D on the diagram. Use the trapezoidal rule to find the maximum height. So we got x equal to this much. We need to get the value of my maximum height also. 0.1 times 5.33333 whole cube plus 0.8 5.333333 whole square. This should be giving you the answer as 7.59 meters. Now for the trapezoidal rule. So when it is 4, it is 6. So we make a table 2, 4 and 6 and 8. 6, 8. 8 was 0. This was 2.4. When it is 4, it is 6.4, and when it is 6, it is 7.2. 6.4 and 7.2. So use the trapezoidal rule, h upon 2. H is going to be this, gap is going to be the value of h. So 2 upon 2, first term plus last term, 2.4 plus 0 plus twice of sum of remaining terms. 6.4 plus 7.2, which is going to be 29.6 meters square. Write down the integral which can be used to find the area of the cross section. So it is going to be integral 228 minus 0.1 x cube plus 0.8 x square dx minus, don't forget to write minus this one. Then use the formula. So if at all use the GDC, you should be getting it out 32.4 meters square. That's going to be the answer. So that completes this video. See you in the next video. Bye.